Guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum.
And a big thanks to Red at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Red.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Rogue has been Nissan's compact crossover SUV since 2008. The third generation Rogue that you see here was released in 2021, received a powertrain update in 2022, and a facelift this year for 2024, featuring a new grille, new wheels and rear bumper, with an all-new 12.3-inch touchscreen that we have here available on the SL and up. The 2024 Rogue is available in 4 trims, ranging from the $29,000 base S up to the $39,000 top-of-the-line Platinum that we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So we mentioned we get an all-new grille this year for 2024, and it looks super sleek, especially with these full LED headlamps and LED daytime running lights up top. Black headlight housing too, with functional airflow in both corners. We get full front parking sensing, forward-facing camera underneath the updated Nissan badge, this beautiful white metallic paint color. Hopefully you can pick up the sparkles here in this Florida sun. The Platinum also gets upgraded, more premium looking trim pieces with a glossier front bumper, continuing for the wheel arches and rocker panel side skirt area with a black contrasted roof and all of the pillars. The rims are 19 inches. We get these gunmetal gray and silver contrasted rims, dimensions up front being 235/55 R19, wrapped in Dunlop Grand Trek PT21 all-season tires. With a 55 series sidewall, we'll see how the ride quality is. I'm expecting it to be nice and plush, and with these 235 wide tires with this pretty powerful 201 horsepower, 225 pound-foot of torque turbo 3-cylinder, we'll see how the power gets put to the ground. We get a splash guard up front. I mentioned the rocker panel side skirt area getting a gloss black with chrome contrasted trim. Black mirror caps, LED turn signal on them with an additional camera on it, help us out with 360. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass, all chrome trim up top, blacked out pillars with some black trim for the bottom part of the window trim. Smart access for the driver and the front passenger, more of that gloss black trim for the wheel arches. The rims are still 19-inch gunmetal gray and silver contrasted. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. Additional splash guard out rear, full rear parking sensing to match the front. We get a full 360 on this Rogue Platinum with the premium package as well. More of that gloss black trim for the rear bumper area, gunmetal gray Rogue badge, same with the Platinum, updated Nissan badge, LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights, third brake light up top, 2 shark fin style antenna. Down below, get a good look at our exhaust tip in the lower left corner. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.5 liter VC turbocharged 3-cylinder sold by Nissan for the 2024 Rogue Platinum. And it sounds okay, cranking out 201 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque, which is a significant upgrade compared to the outgoing 2.5 liter. Made it to an X-Tronic CVT transmission with paddle shifters. Front-wheel drive, you can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 7-second range, making it a pretty no-joke performer, about a 1.5 seconds quicker compared to the pre-powertrain updated Rogue. What you see is basically what we get, no hydraulic struts, so I'm using my arm as a prop rod. We can shut this hood right down. It's a very light hood too. And one more walk around this beautiful white metallic Nissan Rogue before we step inside and see what we get with a top of the line 2024 Rogue Platinum. So up top, we get soft touch material, leather stitching in the center with white contrast, gushy soft armrest, auto one touch for the driver, power windows for all the passengers, 4-way adjustable mirrors, lock and unlock, 2-person memory seats, aluminum door handle, very solid storage down below. You'll stack 3 footlongs on top of each other. We get the Bose premium audio system here too, and some really impressive leather seats with diamond quilts, perforation. They're heated, not ventilated. Even with the premium package that we have here, we do not get ventilated seats. Before we continue along with this interior, actually, I just trapped that bug in the car. Great, I'm gonna have to get that out. I'll edit it out though. But anyway, the window sticker, let's check it out, see what we get on this 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum. Hopefully you can pick up at least something on this window sticker. I know the glare is gonna make it tough. But base price of $39,130, $990 for the premium package that gives us the hands-free power liftgate, heated rear seats, heads-up display, and tri-zone automatic temperature control with second row sun shades. $250 for the splash guards, $180 for the chrome rear bumper protector, $775 for this two-tone premium paint, $90 for the charger cable set, and $445 for the floor mats with cargo protector. $1,390 for the destination charge, totaling us out at $43,250. Fuel economy, we're getting 32 combined MPGs with 29 in the city, 36 on the highway. I'm sorry, I know it's tough for you guys to pick that up. We'll continue along with the interior on this beautiful top of the line 2024 Rogue. Anyway, we were on the seats. They're diamond quilted with white contrast stitching, fully adjustable, two-way lumbar. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide these beautiful seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, down below, and everything fires right to life. But first we notice, yeah, this is a really premium interior. The steering wheel hasn't really changed. It didn't need to. It's still thick, solid 9.3. The 10.2 isn't very prominent, but it's okay. Flat bottom, horn area has a rubberized texture to it. The horn, not very loud or aggressive, but it should still get people out of your way. We do get dual pane windows. That's a nice touch. Volume and skip on the left side with infotainment adjustments right next to it. On the right side, radar cruise control. You can hang up and answer your phone calls with voice commands. You also get paddle shifters too for this line-driven Xtronic CVT. As far as the infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at our seat information. It's a 12.3-inch digital gauge display, shortcuts, change meter view, audio source, all of that. You get your drive computer too, fuel economy, tire pressure while you're driving, start, stop, VC turbo information with a boost gauge, power to eco ratio. You also get Google Maps in the touchscreen. You got to open it up in the actual infotainment display before it turns on. Reminds me a little bit of what you would get from the Hyundai cars. But once it loads up, as you see, we get a heads-up display of the map. That's a premium touch. Beneath that, we get a compass, Sirius XM, the song is currently playing, advanced safety features screen, settings, fuel economy, right back where we started. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would be the map. Whenever we figure out how to get back there. There we go. On the left side, we have our tach that goes to about 6,000 RPM. On the right side, speedometer. It's not labeled with speed, but it's a digital speedo. To the left, we get our coolant information, mileage, gas level, the fuel level, illuminated in the lower right corner. Temperature outside up top, right next to the clock for this 12.3-inch digital gauge display. The stocks have a really satisfying click. Auto headlamps and high beams. We don't get auto rain sensing wipers. That would be appreciated here on a top platinum trim, but it's not available. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. We get our active lane keep assist with our heads up display that you can adjust, turn it on or off. Hopefully you pick up the heads up display that comes with the premium package. Next to it or beneath it, we have our trunk release, auto engine start stop, and our interior brightness. Hood latch release in the lower left corner too. You get leather stitching for the front part of this dashboard and soft touch for the actual frame of it. All new 12.3-inch infotainment system. Reminds me of what you get on the new Altima too. Probably the same exact system. The map is a Google Maps display. As you see, unbelievable response and resolution. Literally just like an iPhone. Huge thumbs up to Nissan for creating one of the best infotainment systems in the business. I wish it was available on the lower trims, but for the higher trims, it's still a really good value. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You guys can pause, take a look at all of the shortcuts and features, song, phone information, and our voice commands. We can disable that. We don't want that thing yelling at me this whole time. My personal favorites to look at all times would be this home screen. You can see everything else available with it. Beneath, we get a little bit of gloss black for the button surrounds. The volume dial has a pretty satisfying click to it. We get our brightness adjustment, skip, and our camera that we can access at all times. Forward-facing camera when you click the button with a 360 right next to it. We get different views. And with this view, you can see your wheels, so you don't have to worry about scuffing up these beautiful 19-inch rims. And if you don't care about the rims, you can get a wider forward-facing view too. And with 3D, check this out. You have an over-the-top 360 and an actual view of your Rogue Platinum. You press the 3D button, and it spins you all around. Cool. And if you don't want it to spin around, you can simply press one of these shortcut points, forward-facing, angled forward-facing, other side profile. You guys get the point. You press this camera button one more time and it returns us right back to the previous screen, the backup camera, this gear selector controlling the Xtronic CVT will help us access it. And for the backup camera, guidance lines and trajectory, still get the 360. If you don't want to see the 360, you press this button next to it, shows you your backup camera with the wheels. And if you don't want to see the wheels, you get a full wide view of the backup camera, and it's a really high resolution. Throwing right back into park, it returns us to the front facing camera. It does not return us to the previous screen. If you want to go to the previous screen, you're gonna have to press the actual home button. Anyway, beneath it we have dual zone automatic front climate control with the third zone out rear, heated front and rear seats with a heated steering wheel. Unfortunately, no ventilated seats. I would expect ventilated seats on the top platinum trim with the premium package. We get more leather stitching for the front part of the dashboard, engine start stop, 2 USB-C ports, 12-volt wireless phone charging pad, soft leather trim for where your knee will often hit, with a massive storage compartment underneath this front console. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 32-ounce water bottles in there, electronic parking brake with auto hold, drive mode selector. We get sport, standard, and eco mode. We'll start the review off in standard, try out sport, try out eco, and just see what the differences are. We get this nice grained plastic trim for the center area, decently soft armrest with contrast stitching. We can open it up, and it's very spacious. And although you'd only probably fit 2 1-liter bottles of soda, it's still a very solid overall amount of space when it comes to car accessories, because you're probably not going to be putting a lot of soda bottles in your center console. The glove box, you get some genuine wood trim above it with more of that leather stitching. It is damped, not lined felt, but it's massive. You're fitting 30 license plates in there, easily fitting 2 pairs of shoes. You get an auto dimming rear view mirror, but it's not frameless. Sunglass holder, interior lights are not LED, but they still do the job. We can open up the shade on this massive panoramic moonroof. It does so decently quickly. It doesn't go out all the way. You got to press it again. A nice little bird decoration in the back part of the glass. To open up the glass though, you press this button right next to it, and the front panel goes underneath the second panel, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. See if it goes out any further. It does, so well out into the second row of space. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida. Sunny and 89 degrees according to this 2024 Rogue Platinum, so we'll get this roof shut so I stay nice and cooled off. But that's about it though, guys, for the front seat at least of this 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So we don't get smart access for the back, but it's not a big deal for an SUV totaling out under 45,000 bucks. With the premium package though, we do get rear sunshades, hard plastic surrounding the rear sunshades, but leather stitching in the center, aluminum door handle, gushy soft armrest, power window, decent little storage pocket, and you'll easily fit a big gulp in that bottom pocket. Additional one of your Bose premium audio speakers. The rear seats have very solid bolstering, special little shoulder support with our side support, and the padding goes all the way out to the door frame, and we still get the diamond stitching with perforation down below. The legroom also looks really impressive. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 5-6 inches of knee room, headroom. Even with this moonroof, I got about an inch and a half. So if you're under 6'6", 6'7", you should be able to sit in the back of a Rogue with no problem. You get mat pockets behind both the front seats and a full third zone climate control with heated second row seats and 2 USB-C ports, air vents, of course. The center cubby, we can jab our hand into it and access it. It's leather, very soft. You'll fit 2 24-ounce water bottles in there as well. The interior lights back here do not appear to be LED, but they still should do the job. We get hooks for both of the grab handles out back. And unlike this vehicle's sibling, the Mitsubishi Outlander, we do not get a third row seat, but if you guys have seen my Outlander videos, that's definitely not necessarily a big deal, because that third row seat is just about useless. Both the second row and front row passenger would have to have their knees directly into the dashboard just to have somebody over 5'7", 5'8" be able to access it. So definitely not going to knock Nissan for limiting the Rogue to 2 rows, especially since they also sell the Pathfinder and, for now, the Armada. We get a power opening tailgate, and with this premium package, it's a hands-free tailgate. You have to have the keys in your pockets for it to work, and even with the keys in the pockets, that feature seems to never work for me, so I was not going to demonstrate it. But overall cargo space, I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly the size of it, with the second row up and second row down. With the second row seats folded down, they're 60-40 split. I'd expect you to fit up to a 65-70 inch TV back here. This is a large cargo space for a compact. The wheel wells do not really protrude, and we get some decent secret storage down below with 2 tiers of it, with a spare tire down below. And over here, Get some additional stuff underneath with nice carpeted material above it. The step-in is low too, at 6 feet tall. My knee is right at the height of the step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, they shouldn't have a very tough time hopping back here. And again, for a compact, this is a large cargo space. There's 2 buttons to drop the lift gate. This button to the left drops it, this button to the right drops it and locks the SUV. We don't need the SUV locks, we'll just press this button to the left. It doesn't really give you a second, but it closes slowly, so you don't have to really worry about getting doofed in the head. And that's about it. For the inside and outside of this all new top of the line, fully loaded 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum. I mentioned we got the powertrain update back in 2022 and a full facelift here for 2024. And performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, just like all the recent Nissan vehicles, the steering feels unbelievable, even in just a normal mode. We'll try it out in sport, see what changes up, but it's sharp, it's well weighted for just an electric rack. It's definitely one of the better ones out there. Solid throttle response for a 3-cylinder. The boost kicks in quickly, and it's a consistent feel when it comes to acceleration, going to about 2,800 RPM. Bump rides over it like nothing, even with these larger 19-inch rims. Yes, you will feel the bump slightly more compared to the fat tires, but it's still an unbelievable ride quality in this SUV. The brakes feel good over the bumps, nice and planted, about quarter throttle. Not bad. It's about 3,500 RPM, and it runs over the bumps really nicely. Bigger bumps, boom, not bad. We'll try one out off the line, see what this thing's got. Off the line, we'll throw it into Sport 2, see what changes up on the gas. Woo! Boost kicks in quick. Yeah, it definitely gets up and goes nicely in sport. It does take about a second for the boost to kick in. For a turbo 3-cylinder, that's reasonably quick. Paddles, just ratios, but they do their job. Brakes feel good too, we mentioned that. Sport mode, steering does get a little bit heavier, but it feels very artificial. You got a little bit more play in the wheel with it. Turning radius is solid, very solid. And taking a step out here, about half throttle in sport mode. Woo, not bad. Holds our gear in sport, so get a little engine braking. Good handling. Oh, and sport gives you a nice artificial snarl for the induction noise. We'll really open her up over here. First gear on the gas. Woo. Yeah, it is a quick SUV. I can definitely see 0 to 60 happening under 8 seconds. With just front wheel drive, since you can't really launch it without wheel spin, I wouldn't expect to see anything under 7.5, but under 8 seconds is still a really impressive time for this vehicle. Just cruising along at highway speeds, this is also top-notch quiet when it comes to isolation. We can take it out of sport mode too. Sport mode definitely makes things a little bit more aggressive from the steering and throttle response department. Transmission, of course, too. But in eco mode, this should be the exact opposite of sport mode. When compared to normal mode, it should be significantly more docile. We'll try a real-world turning radius test as soon as this Tundra passes. Turning radius in eco mode, well, turning radius won't get affected, but on the gas, definitely a lot less sensitive. This is about almost half throttle. So in eco mode, if you're going on a long trip and you want to save fuel, I would definitely recommend using eco mode. But for daily driving, it adds to the lag in a sense because of the numb throttle. So it definitely feels a little bit slower for daily driving, especially coming off the line. If you're just looking for better fuel economy though, that's perfectly fine, I understand. But if you're looking for a more engaging and more powerful sensation in your Rogue, I'd recommend just leaving it in normal. You'll still get more than good enough fuel economy. Turning it in though in eco mode, the steering gets a lot lighter as compared to sport. But just keeping up with traffic, I mean, you don't really need that much throttle even in eco mode. Brakes feel good, throwing it in a little quicker than we should. Good handling. One more time, throwing it in. Traction control's not really letting us go anywhere, but still nimble, quick, spacious, loaded with tech, and a really good looking compact SUV under the $45,000 price point. If that's what you're looking for, guys, this 2024 Nissan Rogue Platinum is probably the most premium and most engaging luxury SUV for the money. Over 200 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque. Yes, it's a CVT, but for a lot of people, if you don't plan on keeping the car past 80, 85,000 miles on it, who cares if it's a CVT? If you're getting a powerful sensation, a loaded vehicle, spacious, and it looks really good. You get the upgraded sound system, upgraded touchscreen, backup camera, 360-degree camera, and the top of the heated second row seats, third zone climate control. Like, this is a loaded vehicle. The only feature that this SUV does not have, that it probably should for being a top of the line model with the premium package, are ventilated seats. Outside of that, if you're looking for a top of the line premium SUV under the $45,000 price point, this premium package equipped Nissan Rogue Platinum is probably the best way to go, and I would definitely recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to Red and the rest of the management and staff here at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and that's for Red. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.